All right, guys, welcome to the fourth day of the Facebook Group Growth and Engagement Challenge. As I said today, we're going to be talking about the types of posts you can place in your group that will keep people engaged, keep people interested in your product, services, and your brand and the niche in general, as well as prime them to become your customers. So again, we're building that know, like, and trust factor so that when you're ready to sell to them, they are willing and ready. So let's get into the first type of post, which interviews. So this is an awesome, I would say hack, but it's an awesome way to, we kind of call it the Oprah effect. So you bring other people into the space that in your industry that people can learn from, and it shows that you're connected and that it's a way for you to continue to build content. Oprah doesn't do all of the stuff for the people that interviews her, but because she's bringing those people to her platform, she becomes that center of influence where, they call it the Oprah effect, where when Oprah said, hey, here's a book, the person would just go to like the top of the New York Times bestsellers because Oprah recommended it in her book club. This also works amazing for, and as I've said throughout this, like I said, with the ClickFunnels, affiliate programs. So even if you're selling one type of thing or one type of product, your whole industry has a whole bunch of products and services that interact with your products and services, where you could bring those people in. So let's say, again, we're talking about the keto niche that I was talking about. So, the product that the client has is it's a 28-day meal plan, right? So that's one of the big things that we try to promote. But within that industry, there are people who have created books. There are people who have fitness, in the fitness niche, like actually, when I say keto health, I'm talking about what you're eating, but there are people who, are personal trainers. That's what I meant to say. So, you could bring on personal trainers to talk about, what they do for training. You can bring on people that, show you how to cook. So you could bring on chefs, interview people that have actually used your product. This is a huge one that's used in both the entrepreneurial and the fitness space. So, for the 28-day meal plan, if you have a group that's in the keto niche and you have somebody who's going through your meal plan, and having a podcast where you actually talk about them and interview them and get to know them, and their journey of how they lost 100 pounds using keto, that could be amazing content for your group. People will want to tune in to, understand how did this person that was 400 pounds, lose, 200 pounds and now 200 pounds, and how they did it on keto, and how, that the meal plan helped them. So that's a big seller for your business. It's a huge testimonial for that business, but it also gives you content, and that's interviewing people who have actually used your products and services, or even if it's not your products and services, they might not have used your specific keto meal plan. You might go to Reddit and just see there's a keto group on Reddit, and people post about how they've lost weight, and they'll tell you their whole story. Well, message the people that are in the keto group on Reddit and say, look, I have a group of 10,000 people on my Facebook group. I'd like to invite you over to my group, and I want to interview you on a Zoom call, just to talk about your story, how you did it, and how keto has changed your life. People that are interested in keto will tune into that. Another one I'm going back, I keep switching to the two type of groups. With that realtor, if she has that investment group, she can bring on people that help investors. So if you're thinking about the, real estate attorney, interview the real estate attorney. That's education. So, they might be telling somebody everything they need to know about the pitfalls that could get them in legal trouble with their real estate. Interviewing mortgage lenders, how to get a good mortgage. Interviewing, different levels of real estate investors. So people who have made money wholesaling, people who have made money multifamily, people who have made money flipping. And that's, you see where I'm going with that. So that's where you're interviewing businesses that you do business with in your industry that can all help educate your potential customers. So that's one of the content types, which is in the interviews. Stories and life updates. This is a good one that has actually worked on myself a couple of times. I'm in a group where we're discussing the Airbnb properties, and one of the guys in the group, he told this story about how and you've seen it, the rags to riches kind of story. But basically, he kind of gave a story about how they started with one Airbnb property 2 years ago. And now they are managing 15 Airbnb properties. He kind of shared how it was amazing how they went from just, having, low income jobs, and they started with this first Airbnb property, and him and his wife, got the one, and it worked really well. So they ended up getting another one, and now they're, they were up to managing 4, and his wife was able to quit his job and, look over those 4 and, take care of the kids and see the kids more often. And they used the profits from those to get 4 more. And once they had 10, he quit his job and they went on, full time on this and started to get more properties. And now, now at 15, they're just thankful to the group that to that Airbnb, group that, they have the ability to live this life of freedom where they can go travel anywhere in the world whenever they feel like it, and they can go on the field trips with their kids. They're not working 90-hour weeks anymore. And one of the cool things that he did was, and I think I'm gonna talk about this later, is everybody that liked or commented on that post, because he wasn't trying to sell it, he reached out to, and I kind of getting ahead of myself. I'm talking about that in tomorrow's group thing. But he actually became my friend because I liked his post. So I'm gonna tell you how to do that in tomorrow's group. But that's one of the things. That's that story. He kind of shared his rags to riches story, and he got a lot of likes. Another one you can do is the life updates. So those life updates is where you're just talking about the day in the life of what you're doing and how it relates to your group. So again, I'm gonna bring this one back to the keto and realtor example that I've been using throughout this training. You can talk about, how awesome it was today. I got on the scale this morning, and I was down another 2 pounds because yesterday I had a great day. Here's what I ate yesterday, and I just wanted to share with you all, that. Another one that's in the keto Reddit group is what they call non-scale victories. So the non-scale victories, when you have a victory that doesn't, that doesn't talk about the scale. And this is a big one because, a lot of people get stuck on the scale's not moving, but you end up having those, you can end up getting to share those wins that aren't scale related, which are really cool for a lot of people. So, that non-scale victory might be, I got to put on a pair of pants that I hadn't worn in years. Or I went to the store and I got my normal, 2X shirt, and it looked really stupid on me because it was really baggy. And I tried on a 1X and it fit perfectly. I haven't worn a 1X shirt since high school, stuff like that. So those are, posts that get lots of engagement, lots of updates. Going back to the realtor example, sharing, a story about, success for your client. Just saying, we went out and looked at this property for my client. It was really awesome. We were able to close it for him. We, saved this amount of money. Teaching life updates. So if, my realtor is, I text her today, because we were trying to reach out to him. She said, I'm going to reach out, I'll give you a call when I get back to get back to my office. I'm currently looking at an inspection right now. That's also a story she could, a story or comment she can leave in her Facebook group. So if she is, if something interesting happened on that, that inspection, she could share what she learned from that inspection for her client. Every inspection you're going to see something. So, sometimes she'll do a walkthrough and she'll see something like, make sure you look out for this because, a client today, we had to make sure they went back and changed this. And it's something that a lot of, home builders assume that, real investors were overlooked. And I was able to make sure that my clients saw this so that they, wouldn't get hurt. That's a life update that pertains to her niche that, will get engagement, will get likes. Engagement posts. These are the posts where you just want to, they're kind of lifestyle, kind of get to know posts that are just pure, somewhat related to your niche, but they're not selling, they're not teaching, they're just, a way to draw people back in and you just have conversations with people. One that I was playing with and just tested out a couple of days ago was, I asked another Facebook group that's a huge group, like 50,000 people in it. I just simply asked them, what do they prefer, ebooks or business books when they want to learn something? And that post got tons of engagement. The group owner likes that post because, again, I'm helping that group owner. Everybody that commented on that post and engaged in that post is now going to see more of those posts on the timeline, but it's also an easy way to get engagement and get to know people. And if it was my own group, I replied to everybody. I mean, not everybody. I liked and replied to a bunch of people on that comment, but it was in my own group. It's also a way to continue the conversation. That way, every conversation isn't always about business. So, having a series of different posts that spark engagement helps create that community in your group. So all of your posts don't have to be, strategic. Here's how to achieve this next goal. Some of the posts could, simple, going back to the keto niche, simple posts, such as, hey guys, what are you all eating today? Post a picture below. And people might post one of their, post a meal, one of their keto meals today. Meal prepping is big in the keto niche. And a lot of people do meal prep on Sundays. So you could have a post on every single Sunday where you say, hey guys, it's Meal Prep Sunday. Post in the comments below your meal prep. And that actually happens in several groups, especially on Reddit as well, where people will post their containers of how they've prepped for the week for keto. Another engagement post is questions. So you might say in the post, hey guys, this is the realtor. What questions do you have about getting your next investment property? Or what are you struggling with your investments this week? What can I help you with? And people will comment. And in those posts, you can start to answer those questions. But what that also does for you with the question post is now, not only can you answer that person's question in the comment section, but now you know what other content that you could be creating for your group. Because, as they always say, if one person in your community has a question, there's probably a lot of other people that have that same question. So now you have content to share. And then trainings that goes back from what I just said. If you ask that question post, they're going to tell you straight up what they want to know. And now they've just asked how to make, that question post, what troubles are you having? And they might specifically ask, how do you make, spaghetti, low carb spaghetti? So now you can have a whole training on how to make low carb, delicious spaghetti. And at the end of that training, you say something like, look, if you all guys want more of things like this, check out the 28-day meal plan that we have that includes how to make some of your favorite low carb dishes. So trainings is another type of post. Quick wins. Quick wins is where you show somebody how to do something easily and quickly. So let's see, with the realtor. So my mom is looking for a multifamily property right now. That's why I'm bringing up the realtor, because we're out looking at properties this morning. A quick win. One of the things that we saw was that the multifamily properties are on another website called LoopNet, as opposed to finding them like on HAR or Zillow. So you could pop up and just say, hey guys, just want to let you know if you're looking for multifamily properties, here's something that one of my clients did this morning that you can do as well. Make sure you check out LoopNet, and here's how you can find tons of multifamily properties that have tons of details on them about what you're trying to do. In my group, I told you all earlier this week about Canva. So a quick win kind of post for me would be if I created a video and showed you all how to create a animated Instagram post or animated Canva post, animated Facebook cover post in Canva in 5 minutes. So that's a quick win, right? I've given you something that you can go and do right now. And that's a quick win. That builds that know, like, and trust, because I'm giving you something you can go and do right now. And start to, anytime anybody gets a win, it builds that know, like, and trust with you. I already went over the questions. I guess I got ahead of myself. All right. So, that's the end of the post for inside of your group. So tomorrow I'm going to show you, and we're going to talk about how you can grow your group by interacting with people and inside of other people's groups without being a spammer, without getting booted from the group, and without annoying the admins and the moderators of those groups. Because basically, if you're going into other groups, you're going into somebody else's networking meetings, networking groups. You don't want to be the guy that, post the, hey guys, come over to my group. I mean, that's, in real life, that's selfish. It's like going to somebody else's store and saying, hey, how about y'all just come over to my store instead of buying from this store? Going to somebody's party or going to somebody's club and promoting your party to say, hey, leave this party and come to my party. You don't want to do that. The other type of post that people have gotten tired of and hate is the post where you say something and then you're trying to, say, well, I'll just DM you or DM me if you want to know more. DMs are a strategy that we're going to discuss, but we're going to do it in such a way to where you don't anger the moderators and admins of the other group, and you don't anger the people that are following you, as well as you don't spam the people and annoy the people that you're actually giving you're actually going to be reaching out to via Messenger. So take care of what you need to, do the things that we've been discussing, and I'll see you tomorrow.